Hello, and welcome to this video on your box of curriculum. And this will demonstrate to you all of the items that you will be receiving in your curriculum box when you receive it, and also what their purpose is and how they function. Of course, obviously, you will have in your curriculum box, since you are doing the paper booklet format, you will have your PACEs. So these PACEs will be in the box, and I want to point out to you a couple things about the PACEs. When you give the student their PACE, when their child does their PACE, they do one PACE in each subject at a time. So they would do one English. They might do one literature and creative writing. They might do, and then maybe, they'll do one word building. So they won't do all of them at the same time. They'll work on one, and as soon as they finish one and take the test, then they will move on. Now, when you have the PACEs, one of the first things that you will need to do before you issue it to the child, and again, you don't give them all the PACEs, you only give them the ones that they are at. You will start at the lowest number in each subject. There'll be a number on each PACE. This is 1051. If this is the lowest number in English, that's the one they get. Whatever the lowest is in math, word building, etc., that is the system and how it works. And then you work your way up from the lowest. In the very middle will be the PACE test. You do not want to give the child the PACE test. So what you will do is you will take this PACE and hold it like this. It's a very simple process. And then just give a quick tug and it comes right out. The child will receive the PACE and will work the PACEs in order from pages 1 all the way to the end. The test, however, you will need to secure and file. And I'm going to show you a nice little system that we have designed for you so that you can keep track of everything that you have. And so I'm going to go through this real quickly and demonstrate it for you. So as I open it up, over here on this side, I have a section for goal cards. Here's the goal cards. And that's where you will have goal cards to set goals. And we will have another video to talk about that. Up here, you'll see one that's already clipped to it. Additionally, in there, you will have stars. These stars are to use in conjunction with your child's star chart. Every time they complete a test and pass it, they will want to put a star on the subject in the week that correlates with it. Ideally, for ACE PACEs, they need to have 3 completed PACEs per quarter. So in each week of the quarter, when they complete it, they will mark a star, and it helps mark their progress. This is one of those long-range motivations that we talked about earlier. So those are all very important. Those are here on this side. However, over here are going to be a few other things. So one, you will have a test sleeve. I recommend you take all the tests that you pull out and put them in this test sleeve. And when the child has completed their work and is ready to take the test, you will know I can get it out of the test sleeve. Also, once they are done the test and it is completed, you will put it in the completed sleeve. And we're gonna reference this back in a couple of minutes, but that's where you can keep tests that have been completed. Also, there's a sleeve for you to keep the test keys, because in the very back will be all of the score keys. They're with 3 holes in them, and they will be kept in this binder for you. All of your score keys will be sent here. What you must do is guard these. You will need to take charge of these and keep track of them, and only give the child the score key under your supervision when it is time for them to score. I highly recommend that you get and the score keys that they need. There may be more score keys than they need all at once, but the score keys that they need will be kept in a 3-ring binder that you will have direct supervision over, and when you give them permission to use that, then they can do so. Inside of the test, inside of the score key, however, is the same thing. Before you give the child the test key, access to the test key, you will need to do the same thing and pull out the test key that is in the middle. Same process that we had just done before. So you want to pull that out, and you can store those test keys here in this file. And when you need them, you'll have them as a reference. So very important that you keep that in mind. Let's go back real quickly to this completed. It's blank now because this is the beginning of the year, but as time progresses, the completed test will be placed here. We have at Viewpoint a monthly reporting requirement. Every month, you must send in all completed tests and all used score keys. Now, some score keys, we'll notice, let me pull a score key here that we can take a look at. Some score keys, such as this math score key, are only for one pace at a time. As soon as they have finished pace 25, they won't need the score key anymore. So this will be a score key that you no longer need to use. Some, however, will have three, will be worth 3 paces. So for instance, take a look at this science key. This science key covers paces 25, 26, and 27. And looking inside, it's actually 4 pages to 1 page. Whereas with the math, it would be page to page correspondence for the answers. So it's going to be important that you are aware of that distinction. And when it's time to do your reporting, you will want to send back test keys, the score keys, and any completed tests that have been done in that time period for that month. Included with your packet, we will also be giving you several envelopes. And these envelopes will be used for you to return all your used or pre-addressed. You will stick all the completed tests inside. Any score keys that you no longer need, stick it inside and return it back. Any test keys, return those back. We don't need the used paces. Once the pace is completed, you can dispose of it or you can hang on to it. I would hang on to it until after you have received validation from us that everything is. So what's going to happen is when you return this, we're going to validate the grades, put them into our record keeping system, and give you an update as to any changes that might have occurred, etc. So I highly recommend that you hang on to the paces just in case there's any question or something along that lines. And some people like to make a copy of the tests before they send them in, just in case something happens in the mail. That's up to you, but it's certainly an option for you to consider. One other item, couple of other items that will be here in your packet as well is the record master sheet. This is for you to keep as a reference. This will need to be submitted to the school once at the end of each quarter. And you don't have to you can, if you like, make a copy and stick it in a reporting envelope, but actually we prefer an electronic submission. So you can take a picture or you can scan it and email it to us. We would prefer to see it that way. But this is actually two-sided, this record master sheet. On the one side, you will keep a track of all the grades for each pace that the student takes. You'll see it's got 1 through 12 and all the various subjects that are listed here. So you will want to complete that as well. And then room down here to keep track of your physical education, et cetera, when you did things, et cetera, that kind of thing. On the other side is an attendance record. And this is going to be important for you to keep your attendance record. So you'll see week 1, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday for the whole quarter, all 9. And there's actually a 10th option available on the side. So as you're going through, you will need to mark what was the attendance like on that day. C would be curriculum studies. That would be, they did their pace work. F would be a field trip. H is a holiday. Maybe it was Labor Day, etc. I is illness. They were sick, so they didn't work that day. And S are special studies. Maybe you did something different. Maybe you had an art class that day. Maybe you had, you didn't do pace work. You did art class, you did music class, you did different things. Maybe it was just a day of extracurricular studies, physical fitness, etc. So it's going to be very important for you to keep track of your attendance on the attendance record side. So again, this is something that you will be taking, you'll be entering your attendance daily, and as the tests are completed, you'll be adding those to your record master sheet. It's important for you to have. One final element that will be in your curriculum box is a student handbook. There will be a copy for the parent, and there will be copies for the students. Those student handbooks have in them a lot of helpful information. It's got some information on reminders about the laws of scoring. It's got some homework helps in the back, particularly some English tips, etc., as well as 10 suggested monthly memorization passages from from August through May, I believe it's, or September through May. 9 through September through May. We highly recommend that you as a family work to memorize those scriptures as well. it is very highly recommended, but it'll be made simple for you. Every day you could work together, memorize a verse a day, and study it out as a family, and just use it as an opportunity to grow in your knowledge of the Lord and increase your capacity for memorizing scripture. So I hope that helps you understand your PACE curriculum box. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out and call us. God bless you.